It gives you what you need at a glance, yes. But we're going to go up. We don't know where this leads, but we're going to go through it. And now, you can hear the rumble, I assume. Let me know. Can you hear the rumble of machines? The soundscape in this game is glorious. Every machine, every gun, everything has its own sound. If you play the game enough, you don't even need to... Like, I can tell that there's a machine over there because my seismic detector is saying, yeah, there's a big old thing over here and it's rumbling. You play the game enough, and you won't even need this. You'll be like, ah, yes, there's a such and such... There's a matter compression unit over there. There's a fusion reactor nearby. There's an ore sorter close by. The background music is not from this game. This game has no background music. It just has pure ambience. Alright, so there's a couple of things that we can see. We can see a door. We can see an excavator. We see a grenade launcher. We see a terminal. We also see that there's an alert. A rogue bot has emerged from the scrapyard. Terminate on contact. We don't want that to happen. An electromagnetic shotgun, an armored wheel. Oh, we're rewarded. Wow, okay, loads of... This is a stockpile over there. But over here, you can actually see... Nearby, you can turn this off, and you can just get used to it yourself. Once you've played the game enough, you won't even need it. But I can tell that I'm reasonably close to a fusion modulator, a hadron collector, and a terminal. The little sound, as I move closer, the terminal is going to become a larger part of the ambient soundscape. Can you hear it getting louder? It's so good. Hey, Cinder Dragon. How you doing? But yeah, over here we can see there's a bunch of items. If we look at the map, depth unvisited, we are currently in an unknown location at depth 10. We're trying to get to the surface. I will spend a while on some of these floors. Again, in this first run, I imagine a lot of the time I'm going to spend is going to be explaining what things are, because there's a lot to take in. And I feel that if I don't stop to explain some of it, it might be missed, and thus people won't quite understand why I'm making the choices I'm making. So I'm going to try and tutorialize this first run. It might even last for the whole stream, who knows. But future runs, or as we get more familiar with stuff, I'll explain it less and less and just move forward. God damn it, Bilal. Right, so we've got grenade launcher there, we've got improved ion engines over here, so let's have a comparison of this. Here is my... here's the improved ion engine, here's my light ion engine. So my light ion engine is 4 mass lighter. It's a lower rating, again. Other things being equal, rating is the thing that you should look for. Take the one with the highest rating. It has got lower integrity, so the improved ion engine is more robust. Same coverage, but more robust. The improved ion engine generates... the light ion engine generates less heat, but it also generates 2 less energy, but can store 140 less energy. That's a rather large difference. Improved ion engine. If triggered by chain reaction or rigged proximity, it's got much bigger damage. We've also got the the EM shotgun. It's an energy gun. Let's have a look at it, how this stacks against the EM pulse gun. So again, lower rating. The EM pulse gun has got less integrity, but the EM pulse gun's got 8 more range. It's twice as far range, but that makes sense. Shotgun. Also uses less energy, generates less heat. It has 1 less projectile. This shoots its projectile twice. It does more damage on both the minimum and maximal. It has a better chance to corrupt. The spectrum is wider, though. Oh, sorry, the shotgun spectrum is wider. But if we have a look at the EM shotgun, the EM pulse gun has better salvage. Oh, no, sorry, I was quite wrong. This has got a wider spectrum. It's got an intermediate spectrum. Narrow range is more likely to trigger chain explosions in power sources. Narrow 50% and intermediate 30%. I'm not sure how to read that, actually. Whether this is the narrower spectrum or not. Because that one says narrow and this says intermediate. I'm gonna guess that the EM pulse gun is the narrow one because it literally says narrower, but I might be wrong about that. But it does this damage, but it does it twice. So potentially, the potential for damage is quite a lot higher, and it also doesn't get salvage as readily. The armored wheel, though, over here, integrity is 100. Let's have a look at my basic wheel over here. Integrity way lower, coverage way lower. But it is faster, my basic wheel, and the armored wheel supports more. Yeah, no, I am playing the Ixion soundtrack right now because this game has no soundtrack of its own. It's just got a soundscape. This seems like the kind of game you're going to get like 90% chatters who are like, what the hell is this? 5% chatters who are like, I know exactly the optimal play, and 5% of chatters who say the same but are lying. Oh no. Oh no. We're going to get 2% of chatters who know the optimal play in any particular situation, and at least 10% of chatters who think they do but are wrong. And at least 5% who say they do and they know they don't. At least 5%. It's probably more like 15% of chatters who are like, no, you should be doing this. They haven't even played the game once before. This is just one of those games. But they will be trolling lovingly. Aavak is still using the wheel? Ah! This, I will have you know, is the optimal play, scoundrel. Streamer, you are playing wrong! I know. Right, anyway, we're going to interact with a terminal. Status scanning, nose network defense at 100%, building attack tree, bypassing authorization. Chance of detection is quite high because I've got no hacking suites or any other bonuses. This is terminal M008, restricted access only. Now, if you log in and log out, the fact that you bypassed authorization will mean that your chance of detection goes up a little bit. And every time, I think it's every time, or it might just be the first time, but when you log in, come out and go back in, it's a little bit easier to trace you. It's a little bit easier to detect, hang on, there's been 2 unauthorized accesses of that terminal recently. This is the hacker mouse. Now I could click on this and get that at an 80% chance of success. I'd still have a 25% chance of being found. However, now I debated this when I thought, I should stream some Cogmind. Because quite often, if I am familiar with a game, I still try to play the game as if I'm not, insofar as not using advanced tactics that the game would otherwise teach you through playing. Like, for example, if I was playing like a turn-based tactics, like XCOM-like, and I knew I hadn't gotten to the part where they introduce how to do the wall jump, backflip, grenade toss, I wouldn't use that move until I got there. However, like I said about this game, this is a true roguelike. The only meta progression you make is by learning how to play the game from iterative failures. So, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go true hack commands, I'm going to click on manual command, and I'm going to start typing my own commands that the game doesn't tell you about until you've read some of the lore. So, first thing I'm going to do is I want to be better at hacking, so I'm going to do Trojan. That is also a bunch of stuff in here. All of this, it auto-completes once you've done it once. Okay? We are going to start setting up a botnet. I failed my first time. Much sad. I'm going to try again. Success! Trojan loaded successfully. Testing. Terminal linked with 0 systems, awaiting botnet instructions. This terminal is now under my command and will help me in further hacking attempts. So my chance, whilst using this terminal doesn't really change, but further terminals, it's going to happen. Next one. we are going to... do I really want to go? Yeah, I kind of want to showcase this. So, since people want to know about all of the hacking, there are lots of ways of playing this game. Like any good roguelike, there is a dozen different ways to complete it, and there are a dozen different endings once you get there. You could go full tank boy giga warlord with just, 8 different weapon slots, 15 different tracks, and just the rest of your body is just armor plates. Or you could decide, I'm going to sacrifice being able to carry more or less anything in exchange for all of the hacking suites, 5 ultra-tech VTOL thrusters, and a remote data jack. And I am going to hack my way through the entire game. I will never be seen. I shall be a digital ghost's shadow. If I am in a fight, I have failed. Full-on cyber shinobi. Or you can be something in between. How I tend to play is I definitely make things easier for myself with a bit of hacking, but I don't necessarily go full I am speed, flying build. Or you swap hacking suites between fights and hacking. Spawn X0. The game is ahead of you. To install some components, they are permanent installs, and the only way to swap them out for something else is to destroy them. If you install a hacking suite, that is like digital processor, like that is now properly a part of you. If you want to remove it and use that slot for, armor plates, you have to say goodbye to it. So you either have to collect enormous amounts of backups to be able to do that, or you make certain sacrifices. You can absolutely just carry multiples. Yes, you can 100% that. Belial's playthrough would just be summarized as, they are behind me! Yes, fairly certain. Alright, so we've got a botnet. Next thing I want to do, I want to see, and we will read this. The Scanalyzer, that's just telling me a little bit about a device, but there is a cool bit of story here. So, you're not going full pseudo, Aavak. Pseudo is, look, okay, I can never not go somewhat pseudo. I'm trying to make this more followable, okay? Because to go full hacking, I have to pull out, like I was just talking about, I have to pull out all of my meta knowledge and be like, right, I'm going to go deep hackermans right now. And you won't understand, like, if you picked up the game yourself, other than just doing what I did without knowing why, you wouldn't be able to do that unless you just came across the right people here and there who would tell you about it. So I'm going to try and dial that down. Right, we want operators next. Trojan operators. Trojan loaded successfully. Testing. Operator tracking enabled and active. Operators are specific types of bots who are hackermans themselves. They are responsible for managing terminals, and I will explain more about them in a moment. But now, this terminal is telling me in real time where they are on the map. And this is important. Trojan... I'm not going to go for track here. Probably. Track would just tell me in real time what bots are nearby the terminal, and would let me see pass walls and all that kind of stuff. So instead of that, what I want to know, on every floor, I'm never not pseudo, really. What I want to know is where there are other terminals. So I'm going to go for index. Now, index would allow me to say, index all of the fabricators on this floor, all of the garrisons, all of the machines. The machines are everything, and that is really hard. Unless you are proper hackermans and you have built for hackermans and you have many botnets, don't try this. You will have a 0% chance of succeeding. You'll just waste your time. However, looking for terminals, not as difficult. Okay, I lied. I've been detected. They are now tracing me. They don't know where I am, and so I'm just going to log out. Like a true hackerman's, the trace has started, and so I'm not going to be there when it finishes. It won't finish because I've cut the connection. They can't work out where I am. Right, but operator tracking has been enabled. Pass one turn, and now I can see you. Are there any others? This is a small map, so there might not be. There is one operator over here. It's a technician. I cannot get information about them because I can't actually see them. He's got baby monitor. I love it. I love it. So, now that we've done that, I'm just going to leave it there. There's no reason to do anything more. I want to go over here, pick up a grenade launcher though. That is going to be fun. I'm not going to install it yet, because I don't... Oh, what we got down? Oh, nice. Storage units. Nice, nice, nice. Let's creep a little bit closer. Okay, we've got small storage, medium, large. Have we got a... Okay, so large storage unit. My small storage unit over here increases my inventory by 3 in exchange for 5 mass. Fairly reasonable exchange. A large storage gives me a capacity of 10 for 20 mass, so it's 1 to 2. It's less efficient, but I'm rolling around on wheels, so I care less about that. Okay, that's not great. I dislike having large corridors. Okay, no, never mind. We have spotted an alarm trap. I don't like being in plain view of corridors. It's bad news bears, generally. Right, I'm going to move over this. If you hold down control again, much the same as equipping, if you try to equip something that is just an obvious upgrade to something you already have, it just replaces it. But now, I am at 27 mass over 10. However, I can now pick up a lot of stuff. I don't need this... Oh, actually, I dropped the small storage, so that's fine. Now, I'm going to move cautiously up this corridor. We've got the improved ion engine. Another alarm trap. Going to equip that. I'm going to turn her off straight away. I don't need the heat generated. I'm going to drop these light ion engines that I was keeping as backups. And I'm going to pick up... Ooh, something just came out that door. Possible badness. I don't know what it is, but I know it's there. Pick that up. Gonna move up. Okay, it's just a drill bot. It can move over the alarm tiles. It doesn't bother it. Do I want the shotgun? Sort of do and sort of don't. I'll pick one up. In fact, I'll pick 2 up so I've got spare weapons. Now I'm going to drop the small laser. Next up, armored wheels. Just going to straight up replace the one I've got. Now that is costing me energy. But I'm still producing more energy. It's just I'm using it up reasonably fast as well. I'm going to discard all of the basic wheels I'm carrying. And instead pick up spare armor wheels. There we go. Now, I'm still taking a reasonable amount of time. I'm now rolling at 120. That's almost where treads are. Well, treads are super slow because I'm still massively over encumbered for them. But I'm still faster than I would otherwise be. Now I can see things are moving around up there. We're gonna just peek out, dip our head out. Luckily, this was an engineer. If we have a look at an engineer, it's got a welding torch. It's not really particularly great, but it does have a structural scanner, a terrain scanner, and a terrain scan processor. This will increase the scanning density by 75. So if you've got a terrain scanner and a terrain scan processor, I believe it will scan a lot more tiles, a lot faster. Good night, Guthan. You have a good one, mate. Chummer is an amazing resource for Shadowrun players. Absolutely fantastic. I actually can't really imagine using it without. So I believe the terrain scan processor just allows you to scan more tiles faster. It either allows you to scan a lot more tiles at a time, or maybe focuses where you're scanning them so you get a clearer picture of an area close by. The terrain scanner we've already seen on the excavators. If I wanted a terrain scanner, I'd get an improved one from the excavator bots, because that has a longer range. But the structural scanner is very useful. Scans all visible walls to analyze the structure behind them, out to a depth of 1. Also identifies hidden doorways and highlights areas that will soon cave in due to instability without further stimulation. This is something we actually want to get. Now, getting it is another matter entirely. We're going to poke our head in. Oh, nice. Another terminal. We've got a light cannon here. Ballistic weapon. Range quite high, because this is a cannon. Heat 35. Matter required is 4. It's got a huge amount of recoil, 4 recoil. But it does 15 to 20 damage. It's got a 5% blast critical. Chance for this weapon to apply the same amount of damage to the core or a second part, ignoring coverage. And if not destroyed, then the second part is knocked to the ground. So, at a 5% chance, this would apply that whatever damage roll it did to a second part on the bot or the core itself, and if it isn't destroyed, it just gets knocked down. But it ruins the salvage. But it's a nice weapon overall. If you want to go for a kinetic build, definitely not a bad choice. I'm going to pick it up, and we're going to say hello to this. Now, linking terminal botnet. We've now got botnets. There are things here that I've not seen before. The H55 Commando. 48% chance of grabbing that. That is one of the bots. Local emergency access. It would show me hidden doors. The dispatch records. I could find out what units the main system is dispatched onto this floor. Whether there are any unusual events being actively investigated, because if there are, then bots are making their way to that location. I can recall the investigation. I can bring up the zone layout. Now again, obviously, Trojan botnet. I failed and I'm already being traced, which is not great. I'm going to try once more. Okay, I failed twice. Unfortunately, that's it for this one. We're just going to have to say no, because if I do trigger this, it will cause an investigation. Now, one of the things I want to highlight, and I didn't get the chance to here, because once I got the botnet, I was going to go for zone layout. One of the ways that you learn the manual commands, you notice that this one has got loads of different commands that the other terminal didn't have. A command that is listed in here is easier to pull off because this terminal is actually designed to look at it, like it's got the authorization to access that information. But if you go to any terminal, you can use any command you've ever used at any terminal on one. But if you're doing a manual command like these, or for example, on the other terminal I tried zone layout, then it would be like an unauthorized command at that terminal. So it would have a higher chance of being detected, and it would have a lower chance of succeeding. But one of the kind of meta knowledge things you get is you learn what the commands are. If I'd clicked on this, it would have shown me a message. That message is what I'd need to type at any other terminal to get that command to execute. Hey, Zero Storm. 25 stream streak. Well done. So that scanner cannot be used in depth 1. Oh, no. The scanner meant that it scans out to a depth of 1 beyond the wall that it can see. Oh, and thank you so much for the 25 months of support, Azure Son. That's so kind of you. But that terminal was sadly a bust. Now, what I would there's so many alarm traps over here. I disapprove. What I would very much like to do is find you. Hello. That's right. Now you can't leave. I am blocking this door. I want your bits. Prepare to give... Oh. Never mind, you ran past me. It's okay. Bits acquired. Terrain scanner, not what I wanted. Matter, I guess. Super sad. There's the improved terrain scanner, which I was saying that I'd take it off one of those if I wanted it. Now, one thing that they've revealed is that there's a wall over there. I'm not going to try and walk up... I possibly could. There might be a door along these walls that I might be able to use. Oh, another engineer. Now, that engineer is here to clear up the floor. Every bot has a job. Every bot has a job. Right now, there's a bunch of scavengers heading down here to clean up the ground. So this engineer is here to lay down floor plates and to replace the walls. Apparently, I just discovered a hidden door. My aim is absolute garbage. Oh, hi, Scout. Right, so this is the first hostile bot we've seen. It's got hover units, a visual processor, a sensor array, which I really want. It's very, it's got negative 100% resistance to electromagnetic. But I'll have a quick read through this. It's a hostile bot. It's it's a watcher. It's hovering. It's moving fast. It's moving over twice as fast as I am. It has no weapons to speak of. It just finds things and alerts things. If we have a look at the hover unit, energy, just for having this equipped, it's running at an energy deficit. Mod extra. Each flight or hover module beyond the first reduces the movement time cost by this amount, therefore increasing speed as more are attached. If not all active propulsions have the same modifier, their average value is used. Time move cannot normally be reduced below 20 when hovering, or 10 when flying. So this moves very quickly. It's got 2 of these, so that's why it's moving a little bit better. The support is very low, and it's got a huge penalty if it's over its weight allowance. Got the visual processing unit. Increases the visual sensor range by 2, so you can see a little bit further. We've got the signal interpreter. It's a strength 1 signal interpreter. Robot scan signals differentiate between object sizes. Requires data from a sensor array. So I have to have the sensor array to even make this work. Also enables deciphering of signals emitted by adjacent exits, revealing where they lead. And at garrisons, know the time until the next response dispatch, if any. When multiple exits lead to the same destination, after having identified the first, subsequent ones will be identified on site, even without an interpreter. The sensor array enables robot scanning up to a distance of 14 once per turn. Now that's the important thing. Once per turn. My seismic detector, by comparison, it can give me real-time seismic detection at a distance of 22. Right now I see machines on the ground, as long as they're producing any kind of vibration. This would allow me to detect any robot. Not necessarily machines, though, but it could be flying, and I'd still be able to tell where it was. How long is a turn? Literally every turn I pass. If I'm not moving, then it's like literally 1 time unit. If I'm moving, then currently it's 120 time units. If I'm shooting, it'll depend on what I'm shooting with. Now, I would kind of like you to die, but you're very nimble and hard to shoot at. Unfortunately, you got away. Oh. Right, so. There is a trooper. There is a mercenary. This one's got a particle gun. 13 to 18 thermal damage, burn, medium heat transference. And this one is a mercenary. Small laser. They're not big problems. They really aren't. However, I don't really want to just let them attack me for no good reason, so I'm just gonna nope out of there. I completely busted that door, sadly. Secret doors! They're probably just gonna come straight through there, though. So what I'm gonna do here, we're switching over to my treads. Actually, no, we're gonna keep on the wheel, because they're probably gonna come straight through that door. They may well circle around me at this point. Now, what is this? That's a fusion modulator. I think attacking a fusion modulator with a stray shot might be not great. Now we're going to switch to treads. I'm going to turn on my light assault gun as well. I could go for the EM shotgun, actually. Do I want to go full EM? I don't have that great an amount of heat dissipation. That would generate more heat than I can dissipate in a turn. This does as well, but yeah, no, we want to Hi. So, I'm going to shoot you with everything. 77% chance. Okay. My combat log, if I expand this out. So, there we go. We can see what happened. So this is the turn that we're on right now. My impulse gun hit. The aluminium leg was damaged. My light assault rifle hit. And the core was damaged. Their particle gun hit and my core was damaged. My core is me. Oh, damn it. I scrolled a little bit too far and that caused me to pass a time unit. This time they hit my treads. But that's fine. That's what I've got the treads there for. I hit. The core was damaged further. The assault rifle hit. The improved heatsink that it's got attached was damaged. And their particle gun missed me. The other one is deciding to go around because it can't get to me right now. If we have a look, its core integrity is very low. Let's try again. We've now got an 81% chance of hitting. Has it lost one of its... maybe the leg has been damaged enough? I'm not sure. But 81% chance of hitting. We missed on both, actually. They hit my assault rifle and hit again. But it doesn't quite tell me what they hit. There we go. Dead. So I hit the core. The core was destroyed. And then I hit nothing. Oh, they might have hit a wall or something like that. Now, the enemy is going up and around. So I want to come up and meet it. I want it to come around the corner, though, where I'm going to be able to better deal with it. And one more. There we are. Right up close. Nice and personal, though if I hit the ion engine and it explodes, this will be bad for me. I missed with the EM pulse gun. The light assault rifle hit. I damaged their leg. Their laser hit me and it hit my EM pulse gun. Now I can have a look at different things. Right now I can have a look at coverage. So this tells me at a glance how much of my body is covered by these things. I can look at the energy requirements for running them, as you can see, or how much they would generate. I can look at their overall... let me go back. Energy. This is the integrity, so how much health they have left. As we can see, the light treads there. It's lost a little bit. The impulse gun has lost a bit. Or I can have general information, which will give me a... It's like context-sensitive sort of stuff. We'll leave it on info. It's quite useful. Well, let's have a look at you. Core is fine. I can't see how damaged their weapon systems are. I hit the aluminium leg. I hit the aluminium leg. Small laser is all over the place. Still got both aluminium legs, though. Oh, dear. That was kind of what I was worried about. So, what happened here was my EM pulse gun hit, then my assault rifle hit. The leg was damaged. And then its core was damaged. Then the ion engine was damaged. The aluminium leg was damaged. I think I may have caused a core explosion. It shot back with a laser and hit my core a little bit. My core is... It's lost almost 1/5 of its health. But if we have a look in here, your core integrity is actually fine. So we just caused an explosion there. Let's have a look at chat for a second. I would advise against point blanking enemies with the early game. No, exactly. That's kind of what I was saying. Is like having it right up close and personal with an EM weapon, not great. Is this chat at the 5% or the 5%? Let's find out. No, this chatter is genuine. Finstep is speaking truth here, and we see why. This is exactly why you shouldn't. I caused a chain reaction, and it hit me. It probably did more damage to me Like, my core... Well, I can't tell if that was his core or my core that got damaged there, but yeah, there was a lot of damage being dealt out here. Not a rogue AI. Hello, mate. What a fantastic time to show up with your name. Truly marvelous. Its ion engine didn't go kaboom. No. But it did have... There probably was a critical effect there. I hit with both the aluminium... Those legs are getting walloped. It's hit my pulse laser. I have a look in again. I wish I could see how much damage was done to its various weapon systems. Okay, that went wide. My core was damaged. The aluminium leg was damaged again. My lord. Core damage 13. Aluminium. That leg is soaking so much damage for it. It is wild. It's only 18% of the coverage, but it has taken so much damage. So annoying. Leg MVP for that bot there. Truly the MVP. Right, finally took out its core with my assault rifle. Oh, was the engine actually gone on it? I didn't see. My bad then. That would explain the explosion. But we used up a chunk of matter for my main weapon. Now this over here, if we zoom right in, see how these tiles are flashing red? It's because those walls have become unstable. Now with the terrain scanner equipped, if I had, well, not the terrain, the structure scanner, I could see if they are at risk of collapsing without me doing anything else to them. I don't know, as a consequence right now, whether that's the case or not. Those legs were MVP for that bot, my lord. But we'll zoom back out. There we go. Some matter. We've got improved heatsink. We've got a light nuclear core. If you have a look at this. So our current improved ion engine. Heat is quite decent. The improved ion engine can store more energy, but this generates more energy. Light nuclear core, if triggered by chain reaction, will do a lot of damage, as one might expect. So this can store 105 more energy, but supplies 2 less. So it really comes down to which you would prefer. I would prefer... yeah, the integrity is practically full on that, so I'm just going to grab it. But, again, don't really need it turned on right now. I don't know if disabling it helps or not, but we've got a heatsink here as well. Dissipate an extra 14 heat per turn. But there we go. That was our first real engagement there with things that shot back. There's the hand-drawn... Oh, a pest, really? I very much dislike pests. They are swarm units, and I'm not in a choke point, which is actually bad. I should have been moving with my wheel. Okay, so light assault rifle, light ion engine, flight units. I mean, they're an early source of flight units, but they are very fast as a consequence. Slower propulsion types definitely double as armor at home. Yes. Yeah. I meant to switch back to my wheel once I was no longer in combat, since the wheel can handle the excess weight a lot better. There is a small chance that I cause this to explode here. Something I don't really want to do. That's the problem. Let's duck back down here. But it's going to be a bit harder for them to get me. Let's go. I've not got a good hit chance. Now I've got a much better hit chance, but we've got another scout showing up. We've got light ion engines, we've got assault rifles, matter, all sorts of bits and bobs. Let's switch over to the wheel. My EM pulse weapon is very much on its last legs. We'll grab that light assault rifle just in case. That one is even better version of it. I don't care for the flight units. They are very low support. I mean, if you've got enough of them, you can make something of it, but we really don't have enough of them right now. Let's grab this one, replace the one that we've currently got equipped. Yeah, the North machine, this one goes boom, which is why I pulled back from it, because with the pests moving around, I should have explained that, actually. Again, there will be times when I'm just doing things and I'm not, it might not be clear. By all means ask. I will try to explain my reasoning for the decisions I'm making, but just to point it out, this is a fusion modulator, explosive 50%. Let's bring that back up. Depending on their design, some installations may be more or less likely to be affected by a certain type of damage, negating resistance, blah, blah, blah. So this is the resistances. So it's not particularly... it is very resistant to explosives, not to electromagnetic, but the explosion potential down here, stability 90%, ability of this potentially explosive machine to avoid being destabilized by a sustained attack, even those that do not penetrate its armor. Delay is 2 to 10 turns, radius is 5 tiles, damage is enormous. Fall off per tile. Chunks. AoE damage is often spread across each target in the area of effect, dividing the damage into separate chunks before affecting a robot, where each chunk of damage selects its own target part, though they may overlap. Some explosive effects have a static number of chunks, while others randomly select from within a range, so this would realistically only hit one thing at a time. But yeah, we didn't really want that to explode. This one, no explosive potential. Now, for you, I hit the machine, broke part of it off. Just the way it goes. Now, there's nothing else down here I really want. And it's time for me to pretty much leave. Overlong. Time for me to leave. We've got a lot of engineers down here. They're coming down to repair all of this damage. Or at least some of them might be. I would really like to get past the alarm trap, but doing so is tricky. I've got nothing that could. There might be a hidden door in here, so I'm going to roll up past the wall. No. Shoot the alarm trap. Yes, because that would absolutely make sense. That couldn't possibly trigger the trap. No, no. We will wander around this wall and see if there's anything down here. The scavenger bots have shown up to start gathering things. But it looks like I may have to go over this. Now, the scout can absolutely just go and tell people that I'm here. Have I got anything that can do enough damage? Oh, wait. No. I've got a grenade launcher, but if we have a look at the wall, it's got 24 hit points. This can get through that. So, equipping the grenade launcher. I don't know if shooting these... I wonder if destroying them with a grenade launcher would actually clear them. I've not actually tried that before, but we're going to try it now. So that's the area of the explosion. I don't care about this terminal because I wasn't able to get a botnet on it. Let's pop a grenade about there. Damage insufficient to overcome alarm trap armor. Are you sure about that? Because I feel that it might have. In fact. I can't aim badly. That's fine. Now, only these walls are destable. We've got a targeting computer in here. Do I want to pick this up? The EM pulse gun is on its way out, but I do still like it. I could replace this armored wheel. Or I could keep it for now. I do not need this many spare engines, I don't think. Gonna drop that one in order to pick up the targeting computer. Targeting computer increases non-melee weapon accuracy by 5%. I might have a use for it, I might not. We will see. Hello, engineer. I would like to try and take you out. I failed. I suck. Alright, this is a surf. Nothing particularly important there.